Dread it, run from it, a job always arrives. I feel it's common knowledge for the vast majority of the populace that as much as a job is unwanted, it's needed. And as someone who has lived the jovial life of unemployment along with the dreadful slog of employment, I find myself qualified enough to dispense some much needed wisdom upon your uninformed minds. These despicable settlements keep society running in our minds at bliss at the inevitable truth that all we know and love will soon come to an end. But I must stop here since this video isn't about existential dread. It's a categorization at some of the corkscrews and bolts that make any teenager or lifeless instil shiver their timbers when told by their parents to contribute to society. In short, it's a list of the many aspects that give having a job its signature tedium and aura of despair. If you are one of many that treat talking about getting a job as some sort of campfire horror tale used at the beginning of a film to foreshadow the events to come, then take a seat, grab some snacks, and enjoy. But if you're one of the many sentenced to work a 9 to 5, there is an air in a bag of lace chance you find this relatable and humorous. Another thing to note is that I'm using the standard no degree, no future jobs as a reference point. No software development, chiropractor, boat marine, or whale sperm collector. This list is for the most basic and universal of jobs. It's a grilled chicken with salt in it. It's a butter on toast list. Each entry exists with more variations than flavors of Chips Ahoy. Also, no form of order or consistency will exist. It's just whatever comes to my mind first, so get some hydration and enjoy the video. First things to mind has gotta be the selfish ass employees. We all work some wasteful wages and get paid by the hour, not by the effort. And the fact that anytime you finish something, the only reward is a slap on the face and another task like a Skyrim questline leads to most people acting more slimy than a slug. And as someone who considers himself the exemplar for the I get paid by the hour, not the performance mentality, I can understand where y'all from, but it honestly reaches to a point where y'all's laziness just gets flabbergasting to admire. I get that I get paid by the hour, so I don't rush anything. If someone is pressuring me to go faster, I ignore them or haphazardly comply to them until they lose interest. That being said, some of y'all treat being lazy as a sporting event. The one to leave the deepest aspirin on the couch wins. It's like a realistic interpretation of the Lazy Off episode from Gumball. Out here producing more scoffs and groaning noises than a busted pickup truck. This shit is upsetting. But the only thing more upsetting than a lazy coworker is a lazy manager. It doesn't matter if it's a plain Jane, wholesome club bred manager or the damn chief of joking operations. We all answer to a higher power, and if it isn't God, it's a grimy ass shareholder. These positions always get filled by the boss's cousin's grandma's sister-in-law's brother-in-law's dog or something without an anatomical fragment of skill needed to fill said position in them. It baffles me how they treat candidates of their choice as some sort of Harvard graduate with all kinds of skills and specializations, always treating them as if they have the path to the One Piece memorized more than a college student forced to memorize the quadratic formula, even though every man, woman, or freaking amoeba can tell that that guy probably has a piece of paper to help him remember his name and phone number. Now normally this wouldn't be an issue for me, live and let live, you know, but these Don Quixote wannabes always push their presence over you like a fly that doesn't let you sleep, always giving you some Sisyphean tribulations and then wondering why they have a 700% turnover rate. They deadass see you trying to manhandle a 35 people line and have the audacity to give you more tasks than in a game of Among Us.
Hey, once you're done with the line, be sure to cut up the empty boxes, restock the shelves, sweep the floors, count the registry, manage to do inventory, copy and file my taxes, bump the roof, and seal the kids file while you're at it, okay? Oh, and it all has to be done before your lunch break, so get to it.
It genuinely bewilders me how lazy and apathetic these guys can be, but honest to God, I don't do squat. I just take my time, and when it's done, it's done. I don't give a darn diddly do if it means I can't get a 2-penny raise every third hour or so. I'ma get to it when I get to it, just like how you should get to preparing my check. Alright, I know that was a bit of a ramble, so I promise not to do it this time, but something that legit touches my soul unconsensually is the helpful customers. Like the ones that pull out the clothing hangers as they set it on the table, or the ones leaving half the items in the cart or basket and then wait until you put everything else in the bag like they're in a scary movie, but wait, there's more, acting as pulling out new items out of nowhere. Now you might think this ain't all that bad. On paper it sounds magnificent. Less work for me, right? Wow. Because if you've seen a cashier, there's always a standard procedure they have to go through for each customer to make sure they don't mix up items or double charge by accident. You always see a competent cashier with a pile of various items that aren't scanned and a pile of various items that are scanned. This is the perfect standard setup to maintain order and tranquility across the process. You don't mix cooked salmon and sushi. You don't mix scanned items with unscanned items. It's simple logic, and even the smallest and slightest alteration can ruin or degrade the process. But at the same time, we all have different ways to go about it, like how I remove the hangers from clothes as I scan them to avoid doubles, and clothes will do anything and everything but stand still. So I can push them to the edge of the counter, just know that any dust bunnies getting stuck won't apply discounts, especially with how much space clothes occupy. Additionally, if you're gonna give me $10 for an order worth $8.27 or something, don't pull out change after payment is processed. It's simply just give you the change and having to pull out the damn calculator just because you want less pennies, since if I mess the math up and have more or less in the registry than what the registry says I should have, guess who's gonna get in trouble? Me. But on the subject of people, why do some people just become evil when shopping? Y'all acting as if y'all consumed the pills of anger and spite before entering. The silliness by which these customers find reasons to get mad is straight gooberish. Y'all respect your stats while waiting in line to max out on aggression and pettiness like this is a Elden Ring build a character. All the gobbledygook being forced down my gullet like a mukbang YouTuber while simultaneously being forced to act all hunky-dory makes my bones itch. I start having to pull off Christian Bale levels of acting just to avoid getting sent to the gulag. The slightest show of emotion makes me get a lecture harder than an ungrateful kid. I damn near gotta pull some Sensei Wu level meditation techniques like I'm trying to repel stink meter. But all I can do is take a deep breath and keep things moving. But it'd be easier moving if I had a clear-cut schedule. Like, I understand you might need me in some days more than others, but I've seen them play around with my and other schedules, swindling more irregular schedule than a freaking integral worksheet. Out here using nothing but looks and feel to make our schedules like the game of Limbo. Like, there's a genuine 50-50 chance they'll either spread your hours more than Lily Phillips or straight up go select all on the calendar, and you don't really have the right to do anything about it. But anyway, that's gonna be it for today. Sorry if I haven't been posting as much. The last video that has removed like 5 years from my life expectancy, but apart from that, I'm just trying to make some stuff, you know, it's just dumb shit. If you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. If you want to share this with your friends or parents, share it with your bond or religion if you want, of course. But that's that. And remember, everything I say here is just like over exaggerated. Like, there's some essence of truth, but it's in overstretched to hell and back, so don't take everything too seriously, of course. And of course, this is just my opinion, it's my experience, it's all based upon my experience. Just remember that you might have something different. But I hope you guys had a laugh or two, and I'll see you again between 3 to 5 business days.